Cool. Let's see if Johnny's ready. Ready in a few minutes. No. Hush. Hello.
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah, hello Johnny. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
All right. What can you see so far? Is this good?
Yeah, I can see the keyboard. That's absolutely fine.
My room's moved around now.
Oh, I can see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so much better.
There's
Got more space.
aren't there anymore?
Yes. It's just.
How's
It's
the
just
marathon?
today.
Oh, right. It's flipped over, literally.
Yeah, it used to be computer here where my keyboard is.
Yeah.
The keyboard was over that side
Right.
behind me, and now it's got. Now it's just. Hold on. I walk in. It's side. Hold on. There we go. So there's more space.
It's
It's
almost
like
like my
desk.
setup.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Actually, it's a lot of. I think a lot of the piano streamers have a very similar setup.
Yeah, it's like they can use their computer and then just turn
And
around.
turn around, yeah. Because I was having to turn a 180, and that wasn't very good. But this is much better, and I've actually got a proper seat now. I'm not sitting in my computer desk. I bought a just a cheap one off Amazon, but it's more sturdy. Doesn't squeak.
Yeah.
And I'm a tiny bit higher, which is a bit better.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, remember, like it's all about the 90-degree angle when it comes to when your hands on the
Yeah.
compared to the stream.
This is much better.
Exactly. Nice. Cool. So it's been quite a while since we had the last lessons. I hope you've been practicing.
Yeah, so I've been practicing. Basically, what I do is, for example, the last 2 days haven't been good. So yesterday I was in London, and Friday was just one of those days. Did I play Friday? I might have played Friday. Didn't play yesterday at all because I was just in London for the day. But I've just been playing the pieces and basically like playing them back to back. Like I'll just play theme over and over and over, and then each time give myself a score, like in my head a score. So a 10 is like where I just think I couldn't have done that any better. Obviously, like you'd see it differently. You'd be able to pull bits out and tell me what I could do better and so on. But when I play it, I'm like, okay, I'll be happy if I play it like that on the day. Do you know what I mean? So then that's a 10. If I'll just like, if it's kind of the bit where it kind of goes, so, and then I might hit like that. That'll be like, if one little slip up, but doesn't really affect it, then that'll be like a 9. And if I do like something like that, or maybe something slightly bigger, or 2 of them, that'll be like a 7 or an 8. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I do.
When you're...
I play it like 20 or 30 times.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean, just to make sure, like when you're in exam, obviously when you play it,
keep going.
If you happen to make mistakes, then it is unfortunate. But the point is to reduce like the points being taken out of you. It's really, really good to keep carrying on.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Extremely, yeah, like move on straight away after. If you make a mistake in the stop, or if you start again, starting again is not really acceptable in a performance.
Yeah.
So you would try your best to put you back in the right direction, and then just continue it up.
But otherwise,
it's fine as well, as long as you get back on track.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. Scales and also hand. So the scales are fine. Like I've been doing those, and then Hanon as well. Like just playing around with the Hanon exercises. And then other than that, just trying to play different like other songs, because I feel like I'm in a holding pattern at the moment of like I want to move on a little bit, but I'm just playing the same stuff. Because although it's not perfect, like it's not. I've played this song literally maybe 2,000 times.
That's normal though. That is absolutely normal. Especially that you've got about 2 months left until the exam.
I know, it's April 2nd, that's when it is.
Right, so basically 1 month then. Just kidding. And then afterwards, once you've conquered it, you don't have to play the song again if you don't want to.
I probably never will. What I have got is, where have they gone? My wife's moved things. I've got the level 2. I've got the grade 2 books already.
Oh my god!
But I might not. I might not take level 2. What I'll do is I'll just learn it and then maybe do a mock test or something.
Can do. It's something, yeah, that we can work on together. After grade 1, of course.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
I think that's a thing first. Okay. And then I think where I left off before, there was 2 pieces that I wanted you to learn as well. So one was called What Left Hand, and the other one was called Etude G in the Bastion book.
Oh, hold on. Let me find these books. Where have they gone? Where are they? I think these are quite easy. They might even still be open. No, that's not the right book.
Green one.
Yeah, this isn't it. Is it? Oh, this is one. This is the one. This is the one we want. I haven't touched this book since you asked me to do that.
Ooh, okay.
But I did do it. I did do it. So chord, etude, key of G. This one? And at sunset. Oh, yeah, then this is not fresh. Yeah, this is not
I also
fresh.
asked to do the reviews as well, if you page 62 and 63.
Yes. I've done those.
Cool.
Do you want me to snap them?
Chapter.
Have we done these? Have we done these already, or have
I? Not since. I mean, I asked you to do this last time.
I know.
So yeah, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
It has. Sorry.
It's all right. Okay, let's quickly go over the review just to kind of recap and everything in terms of theory, and then we can work on theme. I'll listen to theme, and then we'll do a bit of scales alongside of that, since the exam is coming up relatively soon as well. And then we'll look at other pieces as well today.
Why is one 263 kilobytes and one's 2 meg? That doesn't make any sense.
Ooh.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'll send that.
All right. In the meantime, then, what's the sense? Oh shit. Could you play me theme? Yeah. Let's start off with that then. So in your own time.
Yep.
Good. Did we say that we were going to do the repeats in this?
No, I don't. So I don't think I have to do them. I've been told I don't have to do them.
Okay.
I can try it with the repeats.
If you don't have to do it, then you might as well not do it. I guess it's just extra thinking.
Yeah, I don't want to go on and then start repeating. I've been told not to do them.
Okay.
But I can. It's just the first bit that repeats, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the... I can, but...
Cool. Do you want to try that one more time?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this one more time.
With the repeat or without?
Without. Good. Cool. This has improved quite a lot since the last time. Yep, good use of dynamics, ornamentation for the right hand and left hand, staccato and legato, of course. Make sure you're counting whilst you're playing it as well. I feel like you speed up and slow down a little bit, and then of course the
that second part,
is yeah, slowing down and then back into a tempo. It's mainly the second section that I noticed that you rushed it a little bit. But make sure, andante is always like walking pace. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Almost like a march. Good.
Yeah, okay.
That's much better.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I do play it a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's good that you do play it a lot. Sometimes even for expression, like when you play the staccato notes with your right hand, it could be a way of like, so when you press it.
Cool, your piano sounds weird.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's better.
Okay, I'm not too sure. Wait a minute.
No, do it again. Do it again. Play something. It's because I'm just hearing it as a thingy rather than the MIDI, whatever it is that you play on your stream. Because obviously.
Oh. Okay, I don't know how that even happens, but you can hear the pitch and everything, right?
Yes, yeah, it all sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like hand movement, like in a way of like counting the beats. It's kind of like walking, right? When it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes.
And if it's the staccato parts or the crotchet notes that you play on the right hand, it can be like that as well. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, as a measure of being able to count and plan and to play as well. Okay. It's like banging on bongos, I guess. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Cool. Let's do it one more time for safety measures, and then we'll go on to the second piece then.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Cool. Yep. Keep that up.
It's just like I say, it's like a holding pattern.
Yeah.
I thought about trying to learn all the other grade 1 songs as well, but just for fun, or like just practice, you know. But I don't know.
Cool. Let's look at echo.
Echo.
So it's all about timing in this one. Even though you're playing in 3/4, which is less common than 4/4, you're playing in triplets as well as playing in 3/4. So the rhythm is key on this.
Yeah.
Not just that, the dynamics as well, and of course chords.
Okay.
Good. Pastoral crotchet equals 96 BPM. Let me just double check. Sorry, you might hear the metronome.
That's okay. I'm going to turn this on to 5.
Hang on a second. Okay, yeah. I think it's a little bit slower, which is fine, because theme is a little bit faster, only by 10 BPM. This one you can really take your time on this. So it's less, it's less strict than theme. I think theme is more about pace, and then echo is more about I guess it puts more emotion into the call and response side of things on this, and to mark the accents when you play as well. Yeah, do that again a little bit slower, and really accent those every note, every start of the note in.
Okay. Just one of them.
Good. The last bit, so it's like the last bit, so I guess bar 15 to the end is actually really, really nice. I would say that's like a really good way to finish it, because that's where I feel like you can put the most emotion in that particular bit, because you emphasize the rest after the minimum in bar 16. So and then you echo it with the sweet melody on the top bit. Only because the left hand also plays with the echo in comparison to, I guess, when you look at bar 1 and 2, and then like 5 and 6, it only plays the right hand. Whereas this one is very sweet at the end. So good. Pianissimo, yeah, make sure you play it as quietly as you can. Forte is when you play it. But that's absolutely fine. Not much to... Yeah, again, this is an improvement. I think, yeah, just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Yeah.
Is it so? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh. Am I holding it the right time?
1, 2, and da 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 da. Yeah.
1, 2, and.
Do it again.
Oh.
1, 2, release. Yeah. Yep. And then straight on to bar 9 afterwards.
In my head, it's counting as 1, 2, rest. So it's.
Yeah.
2, rest.
Yeah, that's the point, because it's a minimum. So
yeah.
1, 2, rest. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
yeah.
3.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. That was.
Do that again and then go through to the end.
Okay. All the way from the start?
Let's go. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, let's go from the start.
Okay, fine. Oh. So I didn't play that very well. But
yeah. So
my fingers
remember,
went a bit spazzy.
You went a little bit louder on bar 9. Make sure you just keep it consistent, because the forte goes out through. Yeah, it keeps going. Yeah, for a long period of time before it goes back to the pianissimo. Remember to keep counting. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a slip up in bar 7. So so remember, like, flow it. Try not to like end up with multiple staccatos. So consistent.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Do it a few times just to make sure.
It's just that middle. It's just these two fingers here. That one's good.
Again.
Okay.
So remember the bit where it says 5, 5, 4, 1, or 5, 4, 1, 3.
Yeah.
So remember, so move your wrist, moving towards the left, and then you end back in the middle.
The middle. I always finish on this. 5, 4.
You can end on a 3 or a 2. It's more comfortable with a 3.
Probably not going to change it. I think this one goes.
Okay. Do it again. It's still not quite smooth.
Okay. I just need to do this over and over, right?
You go until I say stop. Smooth. More smooth. Good. Don't rush.
Oh dear. It's weird. It's like when you say something over and over and it starts sounding weird in your head.
Two more times. Do it 2 more times. Smooth. Do you have a pencil by any chance?
Pencil, yes. Somewhere. Where's that gone? Okay. Lauren, where's all the pencils and stuff? Stop moving stuff around. Put a little map. Pencil. Pencil.
I want you to write, so above that, the quavers, write in capital letters smooth.
Bar 7.
7, yeah.
I'm trying to make it smooth.
It will help. The writing will help in capital letters, especially. What's your fingering for that? 5, 5, 4, 3.
3, 2. 5, 4, 1.
Are you using 5, 4, 3?
No, not on that bit.
So you're using 3, 2, 1.
I'm going 3, 2, 1, which is what it says up here. And then I'm moving.
want you to accent it, and the fact that you jump between 3 to 5 will help you with the accent, which is good. But the thing is, you want to keep it smooth. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So especially that last bit, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more smooth. So the 5, 4, 1, 3, or 5, 4, 1, 2, whatever's more comfortable for you. So 1, 2, 3. So the accents.
Let's try.
Just keep your hands like.
Yeah. I can't do that. Oh.
Use 3, 2, 1. Because the accent and changing your hand positioning helps you accent the piece. 3, 2, 1.
Sorry?
So that you flatten your hands a little bit more, so that you put a little bit more weight, and so that you can make it a little bit more smooth. So there. Good.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, so it's more coming from the wrist.
Yeah.
Or the arm.
Because you're trying to make it go together. Because I think when you have your hands up, you're focusing more on your fingers, so you're actually separating the notes more.
Yeah.
When you flatten your hand a little bit, the legato really emphasizes because it's together. You're putting the weight on.
Nope.
Good. All right, let's try from the top. Remember those bits. But the only difficulty is that bit. But when you do like bar 3 and bar 10, 11, 12, 13, since it's all the same, so you're pretty much repeating it.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as that.
Okay. From the start?
Yeah, do it from the top.
This is where. Okay, right, fuck it. I'm just going to go from the top. Ah.
Good.
So I just lost concentration because I was too busy thinking about this bit. Like then I was like, oh, that sounded quite good.
Focus on the legato and the dynamics, and then afterwards put it all together with dynamics. Yes, focus on the legato first. Let's do this again, but yeah, really focus on the legato this time. Every legato again.
Sorry, back from the start.
Yep, from the top. curiosity, by the way, did you remember the piece, and did you not look at the book at all?
When? Just then?
When you're playing.
When I'm playing, no, I just know the piece now. I don't look at the book.
No, that's not good. Remembering is really not good.
I can try not look at the piece. I think.
I know it's totally understandable when you need to jump and then you look at the keyboard. But from time to time, look at the piece. Especially like bar 3 and 4 is not marked.
But then I've actually lost where I am now.
You follow on as well as look at your hands. It's like multitasking in a way.
But what's weird is when I'm learning something, I'll look at the book, and then when I want to like not make a mistake, I will stop looking.
That's a bad habit. You don't remember a piece, you play the piece in front of you. Especially if there are directions, like especially when I said smooth, like you gotta think smooth on bar 7 when you look at it when you're playing. It is totally understandable to look at the keyboard when you're jumping, because you need to obviously know where you go. But from time to time, good.
There's a lot of jumping here.
Peace. So yeah, especially for the rest, like take a quick glance and then be like, oh, I'm playing this next, and then finish, etc., etc. Good. Yeah, don't remember. I said this at the start of our lessons, that it's a bad habit remembering a piece, then playing the piece like that's in front of you, because you're not playing the piece in front of you if you're not even looking at it, right?
But I've remembered it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other point, because that's almost the equivalent of like Bezier tutorials, where you like look at the piece or you watch the YouTube video like a million times, but you're not actually playing the piece in a way. So like I guess the minor parts and the minor mistakes that you're making is through your memory, basically, because you will only repeat that same mistake over and over again if you don't look at the piece, basically. And likewise, I guess it is just a minor error, but it still add points to your I guess your expression and your dynamic changes, especially from forte to pianissimo, and then the legato part in bar 7 is quite key as well, and also accenting at certain notes. Even if you did remember it, it's like it's okay, and I know this piece is quite short, but it won't be the case, and it won't last you in the long term if that happens. But good. Okay, let's try this one more time. Look at the piece, smooth bar 7. Flatten your hands if you need to make it smoother. Emphasize dynamics, and keep it, and make sure. And the most important part is keep it at pace. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, and then carry on.
I'm likely to make errors here if I'm not looking at my fingers, but just you're right with that, right?
I mean, you can look at your fingers when you play. Just make sure you are following along with the piece at the same time. Obviously, you need to look at your hands to jump, which is absolutely fine. But you don't even have to look at the book whilst you're playing. Like, you can just take a quick glance to know where you are, and then and then just switch whenever you feel comfortable.
Ready?
Yep, in your own time.
I'm not used to it. Okay, so that's just going to be something new for me, is like not looking at my hands, because I'm not really reading it anymore. Just because I've memorized it.
Yeah, part of it. there is a reason why they emphasize the fingering. Like for example, bar 3, it's 1 and 2 because it fits straight in. Your 5 and 3 is already in the same position as the D major chord. So that means you basically don't need to look at your hands for that, and you are reading it or yeah, past it.
So are they? I don't know.
What's up?
Just working out where my hands are going. But I'm just so used to playing it whilst looking at where my fingers and stuff are now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a lot of it is about finger position. So 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 2, or 3. Usually 3 is a little bit easier because you can go from 3 to 5. So G to the A.
I'm just gonna have to practice. Spend time practicing, like not looking at my hands and just looking at the music.
Yeah, and also yes, so you focus on the fingering at that point because the fingering is going to help you. Obviously, the jumps is a little bit different because you're going octave to octave, and it does need a lot of repetition to get your hands used to doing stuff like jumping around. But then like the smooth part, so like bar 3 doesn't really need your hands for it. It tells you the fingering. But just make sure you know how you're pivoting and switching from finger position to finger position. And obviously on the last part, like the easiest part about the last bit is so on this 1 beat rest, you can look up and then read the next part, and then obviously the next part is and then you finish in this. It's quite interesting because for sight reading tests, I look at the piece more than I look at my hands in this case, and I really focus on what the fingering is going to be like because it pretty much tells you or a rough estimation of where you're going to go. Especially if the fingering is 1, 2, then you're actually going to be pivoting into a 5. So using your 5th finger for left hand and stuff. And then there's a reason as to why, I guess, like if you look at this piece, you start on a 3, but what's the reason why you would start on a 3 on a B? But it's because you're going to be going to a D at the end. And it gives you that rough estimation as to why. If you started on the B with your 5th finger, you have no fingers to go to the D. And that would mean you'd have to look at your hand and you're not moving the piece because you're jumping. So yeah, kind of like hidden messages or hidden clues that for some reason lead you to victory, basically.
That would just take practice, like not looking at the thing. It's just a habit, isn't it? Yeah.
Good. Okay, so this will be a task for you. I'll be watching next time because I feel like we've got like I guess 1 or 2 lessons left before the exam will come up for you.
Yeah, there's time.
So really emphasize it. You've practiced the piece, you know how to play the piece. Now it's just getting it 100% together, getting those minor errors and fixing them, and then making
consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you have played it 2,000 times, you would need to play it another 2,000 times to make it 100%.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cool. Let's look at Egyptian level last of all, and then we'll go on to scales for a bit. We also need to learn the last part of the scale, the melodics, actually.
Okay.
Alright, you want to play this piece?
Yeah.
This is, I guess, it's pretty much as fast as theme, a little bit faster in a way. Yeah. It's pedal.
Pedal at the end. That was one of the things, like when I sit down at the piano, is making sure the pedal is ready, because sometimes I've done this and then gone like, shit, where's my pedal? Don't do that on a day.
It's like when you're driving, you keep your foot above and then just don't press it.
Yeah.
Unless
you... Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep, ready.
Whoa, what's going on? I'm just gonna start again.
Sure.
I think it's when, because I was then trying to look at the piece again, and I'm like, I just don't do that. I'm just gonna. It's gone. I'm gonna play it.
No. Open the book up.
It's another thing. I've not done it before. Like I do when I learn. It's really weird. So I start learning it, and I'm looking at it.
It's interesting because when you get to about grade 5 or grade 6, they tell you to memorize the 3 pieces.
Really?
Because in a solo recital in a performance,
you wouldn't have
usually
it.
when you're playing on the grand piano, the music stand is actually taken off to enhance the sound of the piano.
Right.
And basically, the pianist can't use scores because there is no stand. So they like sacrifice a part of the piano to enhance the sound, but then they would memorize the piece and then play it for the audience. But
I'm gonna try again.
Yeah. Okay, one more time. Okay. Do you want to start from bar 9 and go through to the end? Poker root bit.
So
Bar 9. So the third line.
Yep. And that is the. Ready?
It's the raps with the right hand.
Oh wait, bar 9. Sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Was here? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. When you said poco rit, oh, so then right to the end.
Yeah. Right
Cool.
Okay. C.
Trying to get that emphasis on those.
Good on the right hand. I feel like the left hand should have some as well. Remember, the staccato bit is not quite emphasized, but it is a way of leading it in, and it's quite, especially in Egyptian music. So it's a lead in. It's quite weird because the pocket root into a tempo, into the pocket root again, kind of makes it sound like. I think the a tempo bit is mainly for the quavers, so they're just the right hand in this case. So the
yeah.
And it's the helm. Good. Remember, in the exam, the examiner's going to want you to hold that fermata. So
yeah,
even though you think you're finished,
6 to 8 notes ish, something like that.
Yeah,
6 to 8.
Don't well, it's at your own time, but like don't let go until you feel like the piece is finished. So in this case, if I was to play this to you, so starting from bar 9 again.
Oh, I see.
1, 2, 4, and then when you let go is when you finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So yeah, I'd say emphasize the left hand a little bit more with the accents, and then show the staccato in between the notes, especially so holding on the beginning.
Yeah, I see.
But don't confuse the staccato with the accent.
Yeah.
Therefore, don't make it louder. That's what they're trying to trick you into. It's like I guess it's like a. And in bar 9, is the left hand. Because it's a progression, right? And
yeah, I see what you mean.
It ends into more, I guess, emotion expression. Focuses more on the right hand anyway, so you don't have to do anything. Good. So you kind of see this as like a video game level. It almost sounds like a video game level.
Does, yeah.
But it's like the journey, I guess, or the progression. So you're starting off with just the introduction to the piece on the first line, and then the staccato parts is like I guess like something's happening in these instances, and then once you get to bar 9, it's starting to get like deeper and deeper, or the story's progressing, and then it ends into the final scene or whatever. And then also the decrescendo as well. Remember bar 7, bar 12. So it's forte.
Yeah.
And then back to forte into the next session. It kind of shows where's smooth as well. You might want to write some. That bit really emphasizes the legato. Majority of the parts, even though pretty much all of it is in legato. Yeah. Good. Try it again from the top. Let's see if you can put more emphasis in the staccato and the accents without accenting the staccato.
Oh, so hold on. Yeah, that was right. Okay, I'll try again. More staccato.
Yep.
Oh, I'm overthinking it now. Okay.
The left hand.
I'm overthinking it.
I don't think you need to put much thought into this, really. It's like, I think your problem is the legato, because it's the exact same problem as echo, actually. You play it right. It's more about the creativity, like using your imagination when you play. What do you feel when you play a piece like this? Doesn't the fact that you use like legato on a piece like this kind of sounds like a snake in a way, right? It's like creeping up on you, but at the same time, like it's kind of smooth and sneaky, and that's kind of what the texture of a snake is in a way. Especially that you're like progressing from one end to another. It feels like it's like the game Snake, where you like go, I guess the way one step at a time. And in this case, you're using the Egyptian scale, or Phrygian in this case, to go up and down. And it's like a snake going like left and right as they move. And it kind of feels like that when you're playing. The focus more on the right hand, actually. I feel like it's interesting because the only thing you need to think about with the left hand, so you're playing two notes.
Yeah,
the only thing you need to think about is holding the note down and then staccato, and then the addition of accent bottom and bar level. The right hand is the emphasis on this.
Yes.
So make sure you are smooth throughout. Even though, so flatten your hands a bit, I would say, a little bit more when you're Let's try something. I've got an idea.
Yeah, go on.
All right. This is going to sound really stupid.
Yes.
But do you remember the time where we learned a piece? I couldn't remember what it was called, but it was to do with call and response. So it was a waltz that we learned in one of the fashion songs. And then you said to me that you were right-handed, right? And you said the right hand takes the lead, and then the left hand is like taking the hand of the lady, basically. And then when you work together, it becomes a paired dance in this case. And that's what the right hand and the left hand is. This is going to sound really stupid, but in this one, I want you to pretend that your right hand is a snake and your left hand is a crocodile.
Right, okay.
So the point is 1 and 5, right? 1 and 5 is all you're using with your left hand. And it's like a crocodile, like fighting, right? So in this case, the staccato and the holding down is the patience, and then the staccato is the chop chop, basically, in this case. And then for the right hand, since it's so like it's legato, it's smooth. The way you play it is in a scalic form. Scales, get it, snake, blah 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 blah. I guess it's an easy way to remember it. Like you want to be smooth. So snakes are pretty, like, I guess when on the ground they're pretty flat, and then they move side to side. So the side to side is the scale. The smooth is flat hands, basically. So it's almost like, yeah, it's kind of like a predatorial thing, I guess. So keeping it legato, keeping it smooth, keeping it flat-ish, but using wrist movement to kind of move up and down. So, and then up, down, and then the same thing, and then down, and then it goes to the expression.
Shall I try from the top?
Try it from the top. It's already better.
What piece?
Oh my god. Good. Okay. Good. This is so much better than what it was before. Still keep it flat. Emphasize on the. Maybe you might want to circle the diminuendo. Especially on the poco rip part, the diminuendo is emphasized because you're actually slowing down, and because you're slowing down, you're also going quieter, so it's actually coming towards an end in this case, and then it ends with this outro. So sorry, and then it's the outro part. So really focus on dynamics on that particular part, and of course in bar 7 as well. That's what I want you to focus on next. And also the playing style as well. So left hand, remember, keep it simple. It's like chomp chomp, and then the right hand, hands flat. Like really emphasize the legato. The legato is I guess the most important part. The only different. I mean, I wouldn't even say that because you can already play the piece. It's in a weird scale. It's in an Arabic Egyptian scale, so Phrygian in this case, which is not normal in tonal music. But the fact that you already know it is already good. I guess that's part of the memory thing. But really emphasize the ornamentation. What's really going to give you points is the way you play it, and it really makes it sound quite Egyptian in this way that you play it in legato as well. So smooth, and do the same thing with echo as well, and then add like dynamics, and then focus on the staccato at the same time, the poco rit. And then the accents, of course, as well. And then you might want to circle the fermata just to remind you that you hold, or you can just write hold at the end. And then obviously when you finish, you let go. So you hold it, but you're still not done until you let go of the piano.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to show the examiner, that you're holding onto the fermata. That's the reason why it's there. Good. Okay. Just to kind of recap on the review really quickly, you got one bit wrong. Everything else was right.
Oh, okay.
It was page 63 on number 2. You missed out that the time signature was in 3/4.
Oh,
so
should be right 1 2. Okay, that needs to be filled in. So that should be a crotchet. That should be a crotchet.
Yeah.
That should be a minim crotchet.
What's it
minim
called?
A minim then a crotchet.
There is one note. It says add one note.
Oh, so a dotted minim.
Yeah, good.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, add one note. I didn't read the question. And that should be a crotchet. Okay.
Good. Okay, good. All right, let's do scales really quickly because we're coming towards the end of the lesson.
Yeah, I've got to keep you.
So I wanted to learn melodic minor, and then I kind of wanted to teach you a bit about the theory side. This kind of relates to, I guess, in a different level of way. So we learned A harmonic minor and D harmonic minor. Next lesson, I want you keep practicing those. Next lesson, I want you to play it to me. We'll start on the scales first, rather than on the
Sure.
systems, because you will have practiced the piece by then. So in relation to harmonic and melodic, harmonic goes the same up and down. The only difference is that, like in Egyptian level, there is like a 3 semitone gap, which is not normal in a scale. Because when you look at major scales, we're either counting up in tones or semitones. There is one part in a harmonic minor that goes up. In this case, it's called a tritone, also known as the devil's note or an evil note in this case.
Is it, guys? I've got it here. I've got it. The grade 1 book.
Yeah.
I did do these with just with one hand. It was. I did do these, and then I was like, should I just focus on one? Because I only have to do. I can pick one.
Yeah. In this case, if it does tell you yes, but we should also learn melodic at the same time because it's good for the playing as well.
Cool. Anyway, I'll let you.
So, A minor harmonic. The only gap is the F to the G sharp. So
yes.
3 semitones.
Yeah.
And up. And the only difference, so this fingering is actually the same as a major scale. The only difference is that you're stretching your third and your fourth finger apart. So it might feel weird, but it's something that you would have to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. Okay, let's look at A minor melodic and D minor melodic. There is a bit of theory that I would like you to maybe write down and remember this, because it's really useful for the future. So in minor melodic, the way it works, so the ascending is going to be relatively different. It actually starts off in a minor kind of start, but it actually ends in a major tone. So in A major, you got the F sharp and the G sharp to end it in a major. But in this melodic minor, the first 5 notes actually start in minor. So in this case, the C sharp is actually natural, but it ends with an F sharp and a G sharp. And this is only ascending. So this is kind of different. I guess the one way to remember a melodic minor is the first 5 notes is going to be in this natural minor form, and then it ends in a major tone. If you know the major scale of, so for example, A, then you would remember that F sharp and G sharp would be the last 2 notes in the scale. The difference in melodic minor compared to harmonic, which makes it a little bit more difficult, is that when you descend, it actually goes down. And when you go down, it is actually its natural minor form. So what natural minor means is that, I guess when you're playing in a certain key signature, that is what a natural minor is. Natural minors are very useful because they are actually related to major scales in this case. So I'll tell you this in a bit. So basically, it's all naturalized in this case, and that's what makes A melodic minor the simplest minor scale in all of music, I guess, for the piano specifically. Because it's all white notes. It's A to A, using only notes.
On the way down, yeah.
Yeah. So ascending, remember, F sharp, G sharp.
Yeah.
And then you go down, same fingering, with all white keys. And it's the same thing for the left hand. Like that. And then in D minor melodic, so the way it works, it's quite interesting because, so in D major, it's actually F sharp, but in D minor, it's F natural. Because when we look at a major chord versus a minor chord, the minor is like a flattened third, basically, in the major. So when I say flattened third, I guess the flat of an F sharp is an F, right? So it's an F natural in this case. Yeah, starting off. But we are in a key signature of actually F major in this case, because it's got a flat. So in this case, we would use B flat. So, in this case, actually for melodic, it's quite interesting because it actually flattens the B, and it goes on to C sharp.
Yeah.
I think the ruling for this is the tone semitone logic. So in this case, it's so the melodic thing is something I guess to remember unless you learn the tone semitone rule. So in this case, it would be tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, actually. But I think for these melodic ones, it's good to memorize. Yeah, it's good to memorize. But when you descend, there is actually a logic behind it. So going up, D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and repeat. But when going down, C natural and a B flat.
Yeah.
Because we are in the key.
Right.
the logic behind going down, and this is actually related to key changes in music. We have talked about a little bit about key changes before. So the natural minor scales that we play, so every single natural minor scale that you would play on the piano would have what we would call a relative major, and every major key that you play in will have something called a relative minor.
Yeah, so C's relative minor is A minor. Is that right?
No.
1, 2, 3.
No.
C major is A minor?
No. So the way we identify it is, again, the use of free semitones.
Free semitones, yeah.
It's kind of interesting because when we talk about tritones, we would associate it as like an evil note, or the devil's note in this case. But actually, in jazz, they would use it as a way of pivoting in music, but in classical music, we can use it as a way of identifying key change, which is quite interesting. So in this case, if we were talking about a natural minor's
three
relative
semitones
major,
apart, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
three semitones up from minor to major, and then
Yes.
three semitones down from major to minor.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because when you look at A, three semitones up of A is C. So C major is going to be its relative major, and C major uses all white notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the same case,
Oh, I see.
minor going down also uses all white notes.
So you have D minor.
So the key signature is actually the same, and that's why they're called relatives, because the key signature is together.
D minor goes to F, and that's why it comes down with the B flat.
Exactly, because in F major there is only one B flat.
Yeah.
So if I was to explain to you, like, or if you could tell me, if I was playing in, let's say, if I was playing in C sharp minor,
Yeah.
natural, can you tell me what the relative major is?
E major?
Yeah. So in the scale of E major, 4 sharps. In the scale of C sharp minor, same 4 sharps, exactly. And you can do that for every single scale. The fingering is different though, on black notes versus white notes. So that's kind
So C sharp minor. I won't confuse myself. I get that.
C sharp minor, yeah, let's not go too much into it. I mean, the scales are all the same, the way you play ascending and descending.
Okay.
I guess the fingering is a little bit different when you play each scale. So that's why we haven't touched black notes yet, because it's completely, well, it's the same kind of type of scale, but like the fingering is completely different. So that's where it's different for both hands, and that's where the dexterity comes in when you're playing. But you don't need to look at that for now until you pass grade 1. So let's focus on A minor melodic and D minor melodic. For next lesson, can you learn this? It's got the fingering in the book anyway, so hands separately, and then I'll test you on scales next week. In this case,
A minor melodic. Okay.
Good. Okay. That's fine. Do you have any questions?
No.
If you can, or if you, I guess, get bored of playing the exam pieces, can you learn the songs again that I told you to learn? So
Yeah, I think I did play them. Let me go back. I did do chorded. So the G one is very like the etude in G. What does etude mean?
Exercise.
Exercise. Oh right, okay. Because obviously that's quite easy.
Yeah. So this is about hand position. Yeah, it is super easy. I still want you to learn it. Just get that ready for the next lesson.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
And what's for the left hand on page 61 as well?
Oh, page 61.
I'll write this in the notes as well after the lesson.
I definitely did these, but I haven't touched them for a little bit.
Okay, so just brush up on them. You don't have to practice them that much.
Yeah, that's fine.
But obviously focus on your exam pieces and more focus on the scales.
That's it.
Yeah, that's me next time.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll let you go. Thanks, Johnny.
Cool. No worries. Wait. Sorry.
2 weeks. Is that all right? Just I was finding like because I still have lessons with Danielle, which is really helpful because it means I sit at an actual piano rather than my keyboard.
Yeah. Good.
And so I just see her once a week at the moment, 45 minutes, and then I was just finding like every week it's too much.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's
so you'd like to do it at a bi-weekly rate then?
That's fine. That's fine if it works for me. If it works for you.
Yeah. That's
Sunday 24th, 10th of March.
Yeah, so 2 weeks today then.
Yeah.
In this case.
Like that
cool.
works. If it works for you.
Yeah, we can do it at 2 p.m. I guess.
Yeah. Cool.
Sure.
Thanks, Johnny. Cool.
Good. Keep practicing.
Thank you.
Getting better. Don't memorize.
Don't memorize. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
You have a good day. Take care.
Bye for now.